How we doing? Today I'm going to make a little video about staying humble in life. I think it's very, very important for us to maintain our humility despite the challenges, despite the awesome things perhaps that we've accomplished in life, because at the end of the day, trying to be a part of humanity and build humanity, I believe, is one of the most satisfying ways to go about living life. And so I've come across a lot of situations where people that have a little bit of power tend to try to abuse it to feel like they have control over at least the lives of other people. And most of the time, what I realize is the people that are the least humble often tend to be people that have not that much control over their own life. And I think this is an essential part of human nature in developing as a human being, to realize that, sure, right? Like, maybe we've seen some crazy shit. Maybe we've explored all over the world. Maybe we've helped millions of people. Maybe we've not done any of that. Maybe we've created an essential piece of art that's a cultural landmark, say. And we feel that we deserve recognition. I would encourage anyone that's watching this video to step back and take a look at how small a human life is in comparison to even how many human beings have existed on the planet, and how many of those human beings have done substantial things that we don't know about. And to assume that because we're on social media, or because we have a large company, or because, I don't know, we play basketball really well and we deserve credit and recognition, or to mark our turf, our territory, it makes sense to me in a very tribal sense, because it's so very, very important for us to defend the things that we believe in. However, I think a lot of us get into a situation where we don't trust other people because of the shit that we've been through in life. And I'm here to encourage you very strongly to always, always, always try to maintain a level of vulnerability in life. To really try to spend the time and energy to explore new options, new opportunities, new perspectives. Because this is really the thing that I think is the essence of humility, is realizing that there's just an infinite amount to know in this world. There's an infinite amount to see in this world, and in the universe, perhaps, right? If you're if you're watching from 3024, us as human beings, we have this incredible intelligence, these incredible souls, this incredible ability to put things together, the larger picture together. And I think it falls upon our shoulders then the responsibility of making sure that we use that larger picture to make things more sustainable, to actually be a part of nature rather than being necessarily distinct from it, to feel like our egos, our humanity is somehow more substantial than things around us, when it's really just a product of the things around us. So I came across a story of one of my creators going out and trying to shoot videos at a local basketball court. And I think by virtue of them having cameras around and having this incentive and having these conversations, the people on the court began to feel a little bit threatened that, you know, they're out here just having fun, trying to live their life and enjoy themselves, and someone out here is trying to actually do something kind of strange, perhaps not average at all. And by virtue of that, there was this kind of tribalism that was established. It was kind of, hey, you know, you guys are outsiders coming in. The people that come after you, that have been on the court in the days and weeks past, basically have say over this public basketball court more than you guys do. And I guess the head honcho of the crew that was limiting these creatives' opportunity felt that not only did he have the power, but that he had the responsibility to make these people feel lesser about themselves and lesser about the thing that they're trying to do. And by virtue of that, essentially segregated the court, in a sense, not in the traditional, what we think of segregation as color, but as a way to draw boundaries, as a way to draw lines, to say to people, hey, like, at the end of the day, I'm the boss here, and whatever I say goes. It's necessary in life to have that as a leader. I'm for sure someone that advocates for having stern boundaries and making sure that people don't step past them. I think it's very, very important to have that in life. But in a very real sense, those boundaries need to be adaptable. They need to conform to the changing tides. They need to conform to this ebb and flow in life, the ability to take new information in and to mature and to grow. And I think a lot of us, even myself, making this video, I have my boundaries and I see my ego popping out sometimes where I say to my loved ones, hey, like, you're not doing nearly as much as I am. And at the end of the day, sure, partially I'm right. But really, partially, it's like the thing that I'm upset about is not that they're not necessarily doing the things that I do. I'm upset about the fact that they're not trying to become a better version of themselves. That to me is always something that makes me lose respect for other people. And I think a lot of the ego problems arise from, and let me backtrack a little bit. I make sure that when I deliver a difficult message, like I don't want to be treated this way, or please don't abuse my time like this, that I come back and I definitely show that person that I still love them in a very deep, real way, in a loyalty kind of sense. The reason is because there is no respect earned by being an asshole, by being a bully. I've always hated bullying. I've genuinely believed that it's a part of insecurity and not really understanding the complexity and the beauty of life, what it means to be someone that's expansive and encouraging and positive. And so I say to you that if you ever fall into a situation where you find yourself being egotistical, and rightfully so perhaps, that you realize whatever it is that we're doing right now is really only just a part of our lives. And regardless of, even if we affect 300 million people in our lifetimes, that there is 8 billion people on the planet. That is quite a magnitude away from believing that every single person should know what we have done, what we are trying to do, and respect it by virtue of being in our presence. Now, the bigger that we get in terms of our attention that we get from society, the more this is going to be something that tries to invade our lives, that tries to contort our version of reality. I can only imagine what Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos and Obama and Imran Khan and all of these, Shah Rukh Khan, right? All of these major figures, Leonardo DiCaprio. I can only imagine the amount that they have to battle themselves to make sure that they stay humble despite global recognition. And I think at the end of the day, if we're looking to live a life of legacy, if we're really looking to live a life beyond our own lifetimes, to build something beyond our lifetimes, we have to realize that the most important thing is how we make people feel. Really, the most important thing is how we make people feel. And that comes from the words that we say, but it also comes about with the thoughts that we have, our philosophies on society, and our philosophies about how we affect the things around us as individuals. And how do we build this philosophy? Say I'm a young, I'm in my 15 years old and I'm in high school. How do I get to a point where I understand what it means to be powerful and how to use my power in a positive sense? I would say first and foremost, build your army. And and an army is composed of individual units for sure, but really it consists of every body. And this is stolen directly from Jim Rohn, but every body quite literally matters. And for me, the army starts with books. Every single author that has written a book should be of substance, of things that align with the things that you're trying to learn. You should be building your army through reading these books. You should be building your army through the philosophies that perhaps people that you want to be like, how they affect your life. And the reason that is important is because A person with power has a responsibility to use that power positively, to affect the world positively. And power comes from the accumulation of that metaphorical army. Whether every body in that army is an actual physical human being that exists currently, or if it's someone that, or if it's a philosophy, or if it's an achievement, or if it's a realization, whatever it is, we need to continue to build that inside of ourselves to make the very most out of the power that we accumulate. So if you find yourself feeling like other people should be congratulating you, I'm here to say nobody really gives a fuck. Stolen directly from I think Lithuania by Childish Gambino. Nobody gives a fuck, dude. Really. And to force people to give a fuck is almost impinging on their freedom. I say put the best of you out there. As much of you as you possibly can, the best version of it out there, as much as possible. And just watch. Just watch how things around you start to build, how people around you start to feel, how you feel in the morning when you go to sleep at night. There's going to be an evolution. And I believe more and more humans are becoming aware of how simple that evolution is, step by step, pursuing the betterment of ourselves. So I hope you found something valuable in this video. If you did, if you made it to the end, smash that like button, throw me a comment, let me know what you've been struggling with, or some bullshit that you've seen about people being not humble. I would love to talk. And subscribe, I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers so that I can build out more of a brand and actually affect more people's lives. So actualize your potential catalyst. This world needs you. Take care of yourself.